Right, morning guys. We are about to make some progress now. The floor's down, as you can see, and you can see the pattern and why I've done it. Because if you go half, if you tile it half, if I'd put that joint over there, like these tiles have got a slight bow in them, ever so slight. Not all of them, but some of them. And if you go half, sometimes like they can disappear a little bit on the lines. So if you do it in a stagger like this, you stand more chance of getting a better tile, like laying of the tile. So that's what I've done. And someone might be, like some of you, the eagle-eyed people out there might notice that that's white. I got the wrong one. And this is a little tip for you. Whenever you're laying like dark tiles and you're going to do a dark grout, never get a dark tile paste and never get a light tile paste, sorry, because this is what's going to happen. And you've got to make sure that that is absolutely clean, because when you come to grout that in a dark grout, if it's not cleaned perfectly and it's showing, it's going to show through. I just picked up the wrong bag, and at like 25 quid a bag, I wasn't going to waste it, you know what I mean? So took a bit of effort to get that down. But today, it's all about literally doing all the last little bits, getting it all out how I want it. I've marked that there. I'm going to laser level, because that's the bottom of the bath now. I'm going to laser level it, then I'm going to put some battens all the way along the wall, so when the bath goes back, it's going to sit on the battens. And it should be rock solid, and I won't have to rely on these legs. I've never liked doing that anyway. And also down here, I've got to come up a couple of inches and cut all that off all the way along and put a new bit in there and scrim it and plaster it, and just to make it like, you know, back to where I want it. And then I'm gonna have to put some wood behind it, like some 18mm ply on the other side of this wall, just because like I need it, so when I screw the batten underneath this bit, it's going to have something to go to. And also I want to screw that there onto the wall, so it'll have something to stay sturdy with. And then I've got to figure out, because my door's going here, obviously you're going to need wood behind it. You're going to need wood behind where the shower comes out, and then where the shower head comes out, and your towel rails all over here. Don't exactly know where I'm going to stick my towel rail. But you've got to think of these things, because once you've plasterboarded both the sides and plastered it, that's it. So you've just got to think ahead. I'm going to be CT1 the corner, putting in like a waterproof membrane and waterproofing round the window and this corner especially. And yeah, just doing the best I can, like to get this all sealed in. Gonna like SBR the walls. I've got some tile primer. I might put it on it. I don't think I need to at the end of the day. But yeah, well, we'll see how I feel. Mostly all the corners are dead straight now, so I can just cut my tile, all my cuts, and just, it's a stagger tile. So, but then like if I've got like say 3 or 4 like half tiles there, I can cut one, but then I can cut the other 3, and I haven't got to worry that my wall's going to run out now, which is handy. But this is a little bit dodgy what I'm going to do. I'm going to tile up to the ceilings all the way around, only because I think to get this line all the way along here perfect, and then get the tile grout line, it's going to be, like for me, it'd be impossible. Because if it shows up like 1 mil like fatter than the other, it's going to piss me off. So I've made the decision, I'm going to tile up to the wall all the way around, and then I'm just going to plaster the ceiling. I'm going to plaster the ceiling up to the tiles, and then I'm going to try and find like a mastic match to the tile grout, because it's going to be like a dark grey. And I'm just going to run like a bead of silicone like all the way along, and hopefully that'll be okay. I've seen it done on YouTube, and I know about it, so it's not something like, you know, it's never been done before. It won't be the end of the world. But I could plaster the ceiling and cut the tiles. It'll take forever and a day, especially on all these angles. It's got quite a few angles in this bathroom. I just don't want to do it. But yeah, a little bit of making good, a little bit of prep, and then I'll be good to go. I reckon today is my prep day, and then tomorrow I'll be tiling. But all the reason for doing this floor, the whole reason, because this floor was out, it was 10 mil. For some reason, it really starts climbing up here. And I thought, well, that's it, I'll straighten up the floor. So this is had hardy backer, 6 mil hardy backer, and it's been laid flat, and then I put a plastic membrane on there. They say it's the hardy backer is supposed to do it anyway, like to stop the tiles from cracking. It's all been done properly, screwed in, and plastic membrane, all like matted in, and you get your trowel, notch trowel, and you push it all in, and yeah, that won't move. And this should stop the tiles from cracking, like, hopefully. I think it'll be all right now. It's been over-engineered, basically. The whole reason for doing this is because now that panel will just fit straight into that without no cutting. And it should be like perfect, you know what I mean? Then all I've got to do is just get a bit of clear silicone. I won't put in CT1 because like once that's in, it'll be a nightmare to get out. Like you want to be able to, if there's any problems, you want to be able to like just run your knife in it. I put a tiny little bead along the bottom and down the sides, and if there's a problem you just cut it out and fix the problem and then just reseal it. It shouldn't be a problem. But I'm probably going to CT1 like the bath in, because I'm figuring like I'm 60 and this bath's never coming out. Again, I've seen people do it, so don't shoot me down, guys, because obviously for the next person that has to take this bath out, you probably have to like destroy it, you know what I mean? Because that stuff, once it's stuck, that's it. You know, like generally like the wall has to give in before like the CT1 fouls. But I'm figuring like I'm never going to like be dragging this bath out again, and I can reach anything that's underneath there. I can fix, like, you know what I mean. I can do the taps, and yeah, so it's fine. And I'm going to be tiling up to the bath, and like, you know, you get all these things like when people say no, you shouldn't do that. You should tile the wall and then push the bath up to the tiles, and I don't want to do that. And again, I've watched thousands of YouTube videos. And I'm talking like real plumbers on here and tile fitters and all that, and the majority of them tile down to the bath. So, you know what I mean? Whatever. You make your own mind up. If you don't want to do that, don't do it. Like do it another way. But there's always different ways of doing things, guys. But there are some people on here that are just like adamant that no, it's the wrong way. But also, I'd love to know how much it would cost to build a bath like this with everything that's going in it. It's a full bath. It'll have the shower and the toilet and the sink. But I'm sticking in like a macerator. And this was my bedroom. It was my bedroom. And I've ended up having to put like a window in here, false wall, plastered the ceilings. Obviously, I've done the floor. Everything in here is you know, what I've done, and like, you know, how much would it cost like to do all this? I'm thinking, I know it's a bit of a broad figure, I'm thinking 10 to 15,000 pound, I'm thinking. Let me know if I'm wrong, I'd love to know. I'd love to know how much it would cost to do a bath like this, guys. There's got to be people, that I know there's people out there that do this for a living. What would you charge? Because if you would charge 5 grand, give me your number. Give me your number, but you better do it well, because yeah, I'm a bit of a stickler like for certain things, you know what I mean? And I know that if I'm doing it, it'll be done how I want it. It's just that fear of, am I doing it correctly, you know what I mean? And I've done things like this over the past, and I've been back and seen the work that I've done, and it's still standing strong. Someone told me that I was doing my masticing wrong, and 10 years ago I did one of them, and I went round there the other day and I purposely looked at all the work that I'd done, and it was still looking nice. But there you go. Right, so yeah, stick with me guys, like and subscribe and you'll see if I can do this, if I can make it look nice, because that's what I'm claiming. I better not have many mistakes in here. I don't want any, to tell you the truth. Especially with my lines, all my grout lines, like I hate it when like you see a grout line out or the tile is wonky a little bit. I can't stand it. And I couldn't do this for a living because I'm too bloody slow. I know that, but when it's your own property, you take the care and attention, and you go that extra mile. But obviously, I understand people in the trade, they just want to get in and get on to the next one and earn their money, don't they? And there's some people out there that just don't give a shit what they're doing, and they will cut every corner in the world. I'm not saying all of you guys, but there are the cowboys out there, and you never know who you're getting in, do you? And if you get a good one, they're going to charge you for it. Like they ask good money, rightly so, because they're good at their job. And I do believe it's far better to pay good money, get someone with a reputation, and you know that you're going to get a good job done. You know what I mean? And there's plenty on YouTube that I've seen that are like absolutely like different level, but you have to pay the money, don't you? Like top dollar. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let me know guys how much you think this would cost me. Like I say, I've had to put a window in, plaster all the walls, do the floor, macerator, new floor, new wall, everything new. So, yeah, I reckon around the 10 to 15. Boom. Alright guys, this is how far I've got after a day or two. I've tidied up all this. I've just got to tie those pipes to the wall. It's got patrices now all behind this wall. I've studied all the walls, glued and screwed. That ain't going nowhere. And then I've water tanked the walls, like in the shower part of it. This is what this is called guys, if you're interested. It's a tanking membrane. You're given the tape as well. And then what you do, you kind of, it seals the corners like, yeah, belt and braces. And what you have to do when you apply this stuff, you have to SBR it, you water it down 4 to 1, and then you put this stuff on, and you've got to give it 2 coats. And when you give it the first coat, you've got to go this way. And then on the second coat, you go that way. Don't ask me why, that's just what the instructions say. But yeah. It's nearly ready for the bath to go in now, and then I'm gonna fix it in with CT1, and then some waterproof silicone on the top, like, you know what I mean, because the CT1 will grip it like really well. But yeah, it's pretty simple really. So that's going to feed my sink and my toilet. And yeah, and a little tip for you: when you run the water to feed the sink, and obviously it's going to feed the toilet, I've put the hot on the left, on the top, sorry, because what will happen, like, it's going to come round, and then the hot's going to go up. It's going to have like a bend, like a knuckle, like an elbow, whatever you want to call it, and like that's going to feed the hot, and then the cold's going to come up, and it's going to feed the cold. But after it's fed the cold, or while it's feeding the cold, I'm going to put like a T-joint in now and carry it on to feed the toilet. Now if you did it round the wrong way and that was on the bottom, then you're going to have like problems, like, you know what I mean, because like the pipes are going to be in their way. Like, just a little tip for you guys, just think ahead, think about what I'm saying. I might not have explained that very well, but yeah, it's because like the first tap you're going to come to is the hot, and then once that goes up, that's finished with, like, that hasn't got to carry on. Then obviously you go with the cold, and hopefully that makes sense guys.